Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and whatever the case may be. I hope you are well. Let's go with some Y here. We're basically going to finding area. Okay, and you can think of this as like a room or a house, and I know it's really scaled back, but this is where we start. So this is some kind of space, and you want to find, how much paint you need, or how much stuff you can put in there, or something like this. So area to solve problems. And another thing that one of my mentors told me a long time ago is that if you want to be good at math, you need to be a good guesser. Alright, and so maybe you won't exactly calculate the area of this shape if you're trying to fill it with stuff if you're moving or gasoline. However, it helps to have a good idea of what is going on, so you know, for example, how much money you need to fill up your tank, or what size truck you need to get if you're moving, or how much paint you need to get if you're painting a room or something like that. So it doesn't always have to be perfect, but certainly working with these things will improve your problem solving and your ability to, guesser is an informal way of saying approximate. So approximate, and that's something you'll use throughout your life. Alright, so let's dive into some proper problems. Describe the size and the shape of the faces of each prism. Okay, so let's go through this one by one, and I'm actually gonna start with 2. Okay, so let's start with 2. And 2 is a little bit different. It covers some things. So let's start by looking at the triangles. And what are the dimensions of the triangle? Well, it's 16 by 12 by, we don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. 16 by 12 by unknown, and the shape is a triangle. And how many of them are there? Well, there's one in the front and one in the back, so that there are 2 of them. Okay, now I can find this side fairly quickly. A squared plus b squared is c squared, and the missing side is the hypotenuse because it is across from the right angle, and it will be the longest side. 16 squared plus 12 squared is c squared, and I've done this on my calculator, and I just put it in like this. 16 squared plus 12 squared is 400, and then taking the square root of that, that's a different notation, but it's the same in practice, and you get 20. So 400 is c squared, 20 is c. So that is what we're going to put in here. 16 by 12 by 20. Triangle, there are 2 of them. Awesome. Great. Now, maybe some other colors, and there might be some overlap here, but that will be okay. I'm going to do the bottom in blue, or what I'm calling the bottom, and it's all relative. So it helps to shade things in and see where we are. So the bottom, the shape is it's a rectangle. Okay, I know it looks split, however it is a rectangle. That's just a perspective drawing. So rectangle, and it is 12 by, and there are only 1 of them. Okay, let's do this back side as well, and I will use polka dots to do this back wall just for the sake of being different. So the back wall is 16 by 25. It's a rectangle, and there is 1 of them. And then, I don't know how well you can see this, but this front face of the triangle which is right here. A bump to here, slide down the front. That front face is 25 by this, which we found was 20, which would be the same back here. So 25 times 20, and then that just means it's the same. Same as above. Okay, so okay. So that's how you would do that. We can pause it there if you guys need to catch up a little bit on that, but let's bump down here to 3. Select the pattern you can form to fold the prism shown. So imagine these were cutouts and we were folding it and trying to get this guy right here. And there's no hard and fast way to do this. I just kind of experiment in my mind and look at them and imagine manipulating them and see what would match. So if I fold that there and then that, fold that. This one, I've got like a weird feeling in my head. It's not really working out. Like maybe that's some kind of I'm not really sold on that. Then I look at this, and then that would go back, and that would go back. So that's matching up. And then those would come down, and then that would be the rear. So this, like, I feel pretty good about that. Same process. I'll start to look at the other ones just to make sure. Like that would fold back, and then that would fold in. But that doesn't really. So I'm worried about a gap here. So again, that's like this face. And then when I look at the last one, I got the same thing. So my best guess here is B. And again, we talked about being a good guesser, good problem solving strategy. Best guesser can see where you are. Bumping down to two copies of a pattern are given for the prism shown. The bottom face is labeled B. Write the number of the face that becomes the top when the pattern is folded. So this is going to be the bottom, and we're looking for the number that is the top. So if this is the bottom, I would fold that up, and then that would be what I would call the front. So that would be the front, and that's 3. And then the top, to me, looks like it'd just be 1. 1 would just fold down and be the top. And again, no hard and fast way to do this. I'm sure there's other ways. I just, look at it and kind of play with it in my mind and on the paper and say, well, what makes the most sense here? And that is common sense, which we probably could all use more of. I've got a student who talks about, I did some figuring. So, I'll use a little more help in doing some figuring, right? It doesn't have to be all analytical. Sometimes you just got to do some figuring. Okay, down here I just kind of start labeling what I have. The front is 22 by 9. So I would say if this height is 9, then that height is 9. So I'm going to put 9 in for C. And then I just kind of lay the other ones in. The top is 22, and that is 14. So you can play it from there, and you should. There is enough information to get you both A and B. And I've already done C, so there you go. All right, I'll give you some time to finish this worksheet. We'll probably go solo, share in the group, and then share out and see where we are. Thank you for your attention. Look forward to working with each and every one of you. Be well.